hopefully I can use my experience as a coach to help not only find a coach, but be a good, supportive, empowering person.
Brad Stevens might have had the most interesting situation of all.
It's a sweet day in our ability to announce the promotion of Brad Stevens to become our new president of basketball operations at the Celtics.
I will be honest. Brad Stevens gets bumped upstairs after a lackluster season where it seemed like the team had tuned him out, and my thought was, this is going to last a year and he's going to go back to college. It's what everyone thought. I think it was kind of the universal reaction when he took the job.
I think it was fair in the moment because we all sat there and said, wait, Brad's a coach. First time the Butler University job opens up, he's gone. He's going back to coaching.
I've loved my time as a coach, and I also, want what's best for the Celtics and want to do my part into ultimately helping us achieve what we want to achieve.
I think he recognized he still wanted to be part of this and try to grow this thing out, and he was going to find a way to be good at it.
The biggest difference between being a coach and a GM. A coach looks at the floor of a player. A GM looks at a ceiling of a player. I think Brad Stevens, his ability to move over from a coach to a GM, I think he sees both sides of that.
As we've seen, Brad is incredibly smart and not afraid to make tough decisions.
If you're a late riser, maybe a Celtics fan woke up to a blockbuster trade that sees Kemba Walker on the move and an old friend in Al Horford coming back to Boston.
He didn't waste any time. Makes the trade immediately. Kemba goes out, Al Horford in. We're all sitting there going, Al Horford, 35 years old.
Recognizing that there was still something in the tank for Horford, that was huge.
It basically said, we are building around Tatum and Brown. We believe in Tatum and Brown as not only scorers, but guys that can make people around them better.
Is this the right group, these guys? Is this the right group together, especially at the
we're going to find out.
The one thing I knew about Brad is that he would do a thorough search, it would be thoughtful, and it would be a decision that he did not take lightly.
We're really excited to have Ime as our next head coach.
He did a lot of great things, obviously, and I'll carry on some of those, but there are areas we'd like to improve as well, so that's my job.
Think about what his goal has to be when he hires his replacement. I need someone who's going to make me look bad in a way. He's going to make me look good for hiring him, but he's going to make me look bad for what happened the year before.
First off, that takes a lot of introspection, why wasn't I able to do this? And it takes a lot of humility to go then find the guy who has all the positives that you didn't have. It seems like very early on, Brad knew, Ime was the sort of guy who could hold this team accountable in a way that he could not.
I was no longer that guy. I recognize that. That's pretty selfless when you get right down to it, and it's paid off.
For the record, I was never a part of that group of splitting up the Jays. That was not an idea that I had.
He's the one who recognized, in all the hubbub of split up the Jays and make a big trade, and that no, we are staying the course with this group.
The goal is to elevate Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown and to build around those two franchise cornerstones. And Derek White is a guy who absolutely accentuates the talents of those two.
With our timeline, with our guys, his contract, the way that he can accentuate them, this is good for 3 months, but this is really good for 3.5 years.
There are three things they did at the deadline. Derek White, USA Basketball, San Antonio Spurs, pedigree, veteran, you can count on him. Getting rid of Schroeder opens up more possibility for Peyton Pritchard. They believe in Peyton Pritchard, even though he wasn't having a great season at the time. And Daniel Tice.
Skip pass underneath. Tice.
Oh, this break is unbelievable.
And now it looks like a genius move to bring back Daniel Tice because now Rob Williams is out for probably till the second round of the playoffs, and you need to have those big guys out there on the court, especially with the physicality coming up in the playoffs.
I don't know if Danny Ainge would have given up a first-round pick next year and a deep future swap to go get Derek White.
The only issue I would have with Brad Stevens is he hurts us when we try to do draft preview shows, and all they have is the 57th pick in the draft.
The biggest difference between Brad and Danny's never trading first-round picks. He loves the potential of young players and what they can become, and maybe he drafts a guy that turns into a Hall of Famer. I told you guys earlier, floor and ceiling. I think Brad looks more at the floor, and Danny would always look at the ceiling of a player.
Now, we all thought, and I certainly thought, shakeup. Does he trade Marcus Smart? Does he do this? No. It turns out that he knows more about this stuff than I do. So he stayed the course, and it worked out.